Word. Not only for Nick, but for the team. Here's Pump. Sills, I got a flying saucer I can sell these gullible dum-dums. Absolutely. No way Bob Lang and crew would try to spin things through media.
So wait, I do have to ask you a question without naming anybody.
Well, hello,
the
good
Eagle
people.
job has really
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Before we get into it, let's take care of my good buddies at Sleeper.
I want you to listen to how that sounds. I'm interviewing 17 people, but I haven't offered the job yet.
Pick more or less.
Yeah, right. But here's the comment out there. Hey, you might be the problem.
Yeah, I mean, how many? I offered you 17. I mean, no, I interviewed 17 people. Have you offered it anybody? No. Then what are you
10
doing?
million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count.
Here
Score
is,
up to 1,000 times your cash.
Germany.
He is in Germany. He is in Germany.
Is he? Dope.
Yeah.
Joe Boo.
By the way, Sills, I think we
Call
were
your
right.
shot on Sleeper.
It wasn't and
Download
isn't
now.
about Jalen. Mike Garofalo reported that David
What's
was
up, good
intrigued by a possible
people?
reunion.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Wow, Eagle Land is imploding right now. They are imploding. Shit is going crazy right now. There's speculation that Nick Sirianni might be out as the Eagles coach. So I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I'm back
They
here
can't be
now,
transparent in anything they do.
to get in
They
on
can't
it.
even tell you BG's
I guess
supposed to not open his
Holly,
face
thank
at
you
a
very
damn
much for
remote
wishing us
for
the
WIP.
happy
Get him out of
anniversary. I
there.
appreciate you. Patty Grimes, shout out to you.
All right, here's
We
Leon.
got Dirty Sanchez in the house. What's going on?
Earlier for us to get a real OC.
So there's
Maybe if
rumors
it's Stout Cliff comes here. Remember, Stout was the
that,
only reason why.
Nick Sirianni
Wait, you want Cliff Kingsbury
could be
over
out.
Jeff Stoutland, not me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's getting
Me
crazy
neither,
here.
Leon.
Yeah, I know.
Here's Freddie.
I'm eating
Eagles
some
should move
pistachios.
Nick
I'm
into the front
starving.
office.
I think that's his next role.
Maybe. Well,
Okay.
they don't like firing people. They
Let's
just put them
see.
in different areas of the building. I mean, Kevin Patullo. Does anybody know what Kevin Patullo is anymore?
Yeah, he's in
CeeDee Lamb has
Howie's
been
old
added
broom
to
closet.
the
Yeah, that's
Pro
it.
Bowl.
And that's now occupied by Kevin Patullo. He can come out of his hermit in 5 years. Here's Kyle. The Packers QB coach intrigues me. He coached two different QB styles in Love and Willis.
By the way, he's got a lot of people throwing great love about the way he coaches, and there's a lot of
Okay, we're
intrigue
just
around
waiting
the
here
league
to get
about
this
him.
thing started.
That Sean Mannion kid or Minion kid, you know, I don't know. The Eagles have me so confused on names, man. There's like 20 of them. I don't know. There's 20 fucking names. I can't keep her. It's like Xander's old black book back in the day.
Yeah,
I can't keep the chicks.
I burnt that black book. That black book no longer exists. Here's Dave. I'm hearing Fangio might retire. Is this true? Guys, if this is true, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Wow.
Then you can't let Clint Hurt go.
Wow.
Then you can't
Wow.
let Clint go.
I love all the
No
speculation
way.
here. I
All
just
due
wish
respect to
I wish
Clint, don't think
I
he's
should
gonna
have
do
just
what
gotten
Vic
some
is. And by the
popcorn.
way, I hate to say it, Mark
Hey, how
Holmes.
about hiring Sean McDermott then?
Wait, this is going to be music to Mark Holmes' ear, who's listening, who's focused in right now in the green room.
Oh boy.
The Cowboys got the guy you want if Vic was retiring.
Oh yeah, Christian Parker.
That's who you want.
Yep.
That's who they wanted.
Oh, I'm loving this guy.
Not no disrespect to Clint, but Christian Parker was the guy.
Yeah, but then remember, Sean McDermott worked for Jeffrey Lurie. Would you hire him as your DC?
Maybe Jim Schwartz might be out there. He is out there.
True. He is. He wants out of Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, they hired Duncan.
Jeff Lunkin, man.
Welcome everybody. Hope you all are having a great
They
day.
can't do anything right, dude. The Cleveland
Get
Browns.
this. You know why they hired him, right? They hired him to work with Shador.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was
I don't-
Stefanski who didn't
I
want
don't think they're gonna. I don't think.
Oh,
they're
I'm
gonna
Holly.
something. I know people are
I
hard
should
on
have
him.
popped
but
some popcorn.
He wasn't great, but I
should
thought
just
he
be
showed
sitting
maybe
back
like
and just
they-
watch him.
I don't know, maybe not. Who knows?
I thought the kid in New Orleans was better.
Oh boy.
The kid in New Orleans was probably one of the better rookies this year.
Yeah, I thought he was better.
Yeah,
I thought he was better than Cam Ward.
Oh, I can't wait to get this
Yeah,
going.
Cam Ward didn't impress me too much, but that's an
that
uphill battle. He had a 10. They didn't have many good players.
Agreed.
dude.
Agreed.
I mean, who's his offensive cast? So
Yep.
we'll see. All right,
Hey,
brother.
bro,
good show,
I'll
man.
tell you this. I can't wait to hear Howard Balzer at 5:30.
I hope he rips everybody in up there.
Hey, and what happened?
Or if he didn't vote for Belichick, I hope he comes out and says it with his chest. I'm so tired. They're all lying. I'm not saying Howard's a liar, but there's a lot of them that are lying.
Jason Cole came out and said, by the way, he's on tomorrow. Jason Cole voted for Roger Craig. He voted for Belichick, and he voted for Bob Kraft. Those were the three people that he voted for. And then he's going to have the modern day guys. That's yet to be determined. That vote's coming up. And he can't tell you. By the way, just know this, too. Those guys didn't know the totals. They don't know who.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't know.
They have no idea.
They think they know everything. Yeah, only the Hall of Fame knows, right?
Only the Hall.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Got you, man. Appreciate you, Big T. By the way,
good afternoon, Derek J.
After the show, man, I'm gonna. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to go home. So there was just not that I don't want to do anything. I just want to go home.
Just want to go home. This is gonna be fun, man.
I guess I'm good. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I love you, man. I do, by the way.
All right, love you.
I'll talk to you later, dude. All right, that's my boy Big Z. Good. All right. So, what and why are we in this position? Why and what are we in this position? Wait a minute. I wonder if people would want to work for Dak Prescott.
Oh, man.
Like, the Dallas Cowboys have a built-in fail-safe with Brian Schottenheimer. Whatever you think of Brian Schottenheimer. Hey, by the way, Dallas Cowboys had the number one offense in pro football. They got their coordinator. By the way, Cowboys got their coordinator right. They just didn't get the D coordinator right. So they believe that they fixed that this offseason.
Yep.
So who's trending in a better place? Is it Philly.500's Philadelphia Eagles? Or is it actually the team making the less noise? The Dallas Cowboys. Who would have thought that the Cowboys are actually making right business decisions for the first time in like decades, and the Eagles are still sitting back and waiting? This is now day 16. And the Cowboy fans and the Cowboy guys and Mark Holmes are sitting here going, wait a minute. Where are the Philadelphia Eagles going? What is going on? Are the Cowboys now moving past the Philadelphia Eagles? Will they have a better year coming up in 2026? I say this. So before we bring the guys up, are the Cowboys in better shape than the Philadelphia Eagles right now? Are they in better shape? What is the days? Here we go. 42 days away from the start of free agency. 84 days away from the NFL draft. Here we go. Without further ado, the big-time content creator with the Dallas Cowboys. He is our friend, the legend, Mark Holmes joins us now. And on the other side of the aisle, one of the greatest content creators of all time with the Philadelphia Eagles. He is our friend, and he is one of the greats. Philly.500 joins us right now, and here we go. How you doing?
What's happening?
Hey, wait. Dan.
Yo.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Captain of what? What could you possibly be the captain? You haven't even won anything yet.
Oh, my
God. Lord.
Sills, do you see the arrogance of Cowboy fans? Like you literally haven't done anything. Like,
do you guys have an offensive coordinator yet?
We're still your champions. We're still your division champions. Get on your fucking knees.
Knees.
There you go.
Do you have an offensive coordinator yet?
Yeah,
No, but I do have a second interview. Just saying.
Oh, you actually got a second interview. You know, it's been enjoyable watching you day after day.
End last night. I guess we're going there now. Hey, Mark, I'll ask you, from being on that side of being a Cowboy fan, watching the Eagles struggle by looking for a new guy to work with Nick Sirianni and, of course, Jalen Hurts here. What's your takeaway watching what's going on? And they're now up to 16 candidates.
Damn. I tell you what, after sitting here last week and us talking about Christian Parker and seeing Philly just kind of like, just being kind of upset and having him come to town and already doing interviews and putting together a staff and finding out that Jerry Jones is out of the way, it feels actually pretty good. And for the Eagles to get down on bended knee and say, can we talk to Caton Adams? And the Cowboys say, no, thank you.
Okay, Philly. I mean, here it is. 16 candidates.
16.
What's the whole?
I'm just gonna
What'd you say, Mark?
I'm going to get some popcorn. I'm just going to watch.
You want to ask me what the holdup is?
Please.
I wish I knew. You know, I wish I knew. I'll say this, though. We probably, and I'm guilty of this, but we probably overreact too much to it taking a while. As long as they get the right guy at the end of the day, that's all that matters, all right? They're not playing football next week. They're not playing next month. So I'm more worried about them actually getting it right than taking time. Now, I'm impatient. I do have questions about what the hell's going on. But I do think that we tend to overreact because it's taken a while.
February 19th, 2025, you hired Kevin Patullo 9 days after the Super Bowl, and you hired that guy. It's now 16 days, and we're now counting, and it doesn't look like there's an end in sight. Why is this situation taking longer than last year's situation? And you were coming off a Super Bowl a year ago.
Because the chances are that Nick already knew he was going to hire Patullo as his offensive coordinator probably before Moore got hired. He probably had a backup plan all along. So I'm not surprised that he hired a guy quicker. He only had to promote one guy. He didn't open a door and interview a bunch of people. Sills. It's a little different.
Okay, George Pickens. Now, you guys can't make a move until the new year starts.
Yep.
He is rated right now as the number one free agent in all of the National Football League. The chances the Dallas Cowboys have two $30 million wide receivers is what?
95% chance.
Wow. Okay.
One way or the other, they've talked about tagging, which I think is stupid because it's a hard $28 million.
Do you believe that if you do get Pickens, you have the better wide receiver group of anybody in the NFC East?
Yes. Okay. Yes, without a doubt, I think you do. Stephen Jones, he's already gone on and said they've had some preliminary talks with Javonte Williams about bringing him back and says that George Pickens is in their long-term plan. So now they also said that about Micah Parsons, and Micah Parsons got traded. So, they're not going to come in and say, oh, no, we're not going to re-sign him. Of course they're going to say, yeah, we want to get a deal done.
So I'm going to ask you first, Mark, before I go to Philly here. What's the best threesome? We love threesomes here. Dak, Pickens, and CD, or Hurts, AJ, and Devontae?
Are you really asking that question? Where did their offense rank last year versus the Cowboys?
It was passing-wise, it was 25th.
Okay, all right. And where was the Cowboys, I think?
Number one.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for answering that for me.
Here we go.
We could talk about your offense last year. I would love to, because the truth of the matter is what happens to Dak in the playoffs. You can look at last year. Actually, you could actually look at last year and say, "Wow, that really is Dak Prescott's whole career." right? Number one offense, puts up all these numbers. But what happens when things get a little tighter and the defenses play you tighter and you have less ground and you're in the money, you have the money ball, you're in the red zone? What is Dak? He's average.
You know it's funny.
Red zone offense. But Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, where were they? Number one. Why? Because under pressure, we're better than the Cowboys. And most times. And it didn't work out all of last year. But
okay, all of last year. I tell you what, you know what? I said last week, I said it's nice to see you guys becoming the drama queens. This is literally a role reversal here, Philly.
You got to admit, Philly.
Usually it's us talking about a wide receiver that's upset not being there. We're usually talking about we need to fire people. You know, you got Xander losing his damn mind. I've been listening to Xander all day. He's going apeshit about, Sirianni might be fired.
Hey, you got to admit, man, it's a lot of noise going on in Philly. Don't you agree?
Look, I know there's a lot of noise, and I know that a lot of noise is like a lot of things we don't know what's going on. I don't think the way the season ended, I don't think what happened in the locker room, I don't think a lot of the things going on this year, we really even know what went down. So, yeah, there's definitely drama, there's no doubt about it. But I don't know that it's like I don't know it's as crippling as people think it is. But we'll find out.
So Adam Schefter went on 97.5, The Fanatic, and threw a little nugget out there. So Mark,
yes,
in case you don't know, he threw a little nugget out there that said that, and I'm going to paraphrase it here. You ready?
Ready. More
news to come next week. Now, it can't be a trade because you can't do any business until post-March 11th. You can't. I doubt you're firing the coach. Are you concerned that it could be the retirement of Vic Fangio, Jeff Stoutland?
No.
Or the retirement of Lane?
Well, don't say Vic Fangio, because then I will have a shit fit conniption.
Yeah.
All right.
Worse than if Nick Sirianni got fired?
Would you let Christian Parker out the door? I don't believe it's Vic Fangio, because I don't believe the Eagles would let Christian Parker out the door. They would have hired him. And so I don't believe it's Fangio. I think it could be Stoutland. I think it could be Lane, right, retiring. Yep. However, I don't think Lane's going to want to go out the way he did at the end of the year. I don't think he wants to go out that way. I'm going to tell you what I think it is.
Okay.
I think it's Jalen Carter's extension. I think the Eagles are going to announce that they have agreed to terms with him.
Well, they can't really do anything until the new year, though.
No, they can agree with they can work on their own guys.
I think they can't. They can't officially sign it. You're right. I don't know the verbiage on that.
They can work out agreements with their own players, but you can't trade a guy and you can't get a guy in off season. So they can work out a deal with him. So I'm going to say I think it's going to be that. We need good news. We haven't had anything good happen to us. Not since Jalen Phillips was traded. That's like the last really good thing that happened.
Can't afford to bring it back, though, can you?
No, here's the deal.
I don't know. We got Howie. We'll be fine.
Here's the thing coming out of the out of Drew Rosenhaus's folks. The number one team that's in pursuit of him is the Tennessee Titans, and they have over $100 million in cap space.
Yeah,
and so they may overpay for him. Philly, okay.
Right.
So hey, Mark, I gave Xander this. You want me to? I'm going to give Philly.500 a heart attack here. You ready?
Oh, please do.
So I said this to everyone in here, and I'm going to give it to you two guys. This is my aluminum foil next week. My craziness, the Big Sills craziness. You ready?
Ready.
You trade Nick Sirianni to the Raiders. You get the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Then you bring in Mike Tomlin to become the head football coach of the Eagles. That's my ultimate.
I love Mike Tomlin, though. Like, if I was a player, he'd be one of the guys.
The Raiders don't want Nick Sirianni.
Okay. They have Nick. But you sure they're going to give us the first, or are we going to have to give them the first to get rid of him?
No. I'm trading him out. Well, wait a minute here. Okay, Philly. Then why don't people? Do you think it's Hurts or do you think it's Nick Sirianni?
No.
They don't want the job.
I think it's Nick. I believe it's Nick. I don't believe it's Jalen. I don't think Jalen I mean, even if you want to say he has flaws and he has deficiencies in the pass game, I don't think he comes off to me like such a guy that's hard to work with that somebody's not going to work with him. I think it's Nick, and I think it's having to basically do things that Nick wants done on offense. And I don't think people want to do it. Maybe it's Stoutland. We've had reports that Stoutland could be an issue. So it's one of those. I don't believe it's Hurts. But, I mean, look, I don't know. Who knows at the end of the day? I have no idea at this point.
Do you believe the Dallas Cowboys, Mark, are in a better place right now on January 28th? Do you believe they're in a better place right now than the Philadelphia Eagles?
I would say that the Cowboys are headed up, and I'm going to go back, like I said before, that I think the Eagles are taking a big step back. Every scenario that you put out there, whether it's Lane, whether it's Nick, or it's Vic Fangio leaving, is another hit. Us getting Christian Parker is another hit against the Eagles right there. The fact that you've had 16 people that you've contacted and nobody, this might be a record.
That doesn't mean anything. What does that mean? All it means is you interviewed 16 people.
Okay, so
I would imagine.
16,
Okay, but Philly, I would imagine that you would talk to the people that you wanted the most first, right?
Well, that's why
the people
point
that you want,
about,
you're not gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna go ask this nobody" and get turned down by him.
Okay, yeah, but wait a minute. So listen to how that sounds. You interviewed 16 people, but you haven't offered the job to anybody. Well, what are you doing?
Well, I don't believe that news. Okay,
I don't believe that either. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't. I think that's a save face type comment to come out. No, I mean, for whatever reason, they haven't found the right person for the job. I don't care if they interview 1,000 people, as long as at the end of the day you get it right. That it's about getting it right.
It is.
So. I mean, should we give them a little bit of wiggle room? What I want to know is who's running the interviews, because I tell you this, I know they say it's Nick and it's Jeffrey Lurie, but I really wonder, Howie and Jeffrey, I really wonder if it's somebody else, because I think Howie is the type of guy, if you just go by his history, he figures out what he wants and he gets it. So, I mean, who knows? And you know what my conspiracy theory, bombshell news is? You want to hear it?
Yeah,
here
please.
We go.
Howie leaves for the Jets.
Man, that would be crippling.
That would be devastating. That's my biggest fear. Because we had all those reports last year about the Jets wanting to hire him. Remember that?
Wow.
So that would suck.
Howie leaves for the New York Jets because that's a job he's always coveted.
I get sick thinking about it. I feel sick.
That's a really good tinfoil one.
I feel sick in my stomach. I'm very good with the.
How about this one? How about you ready for this one? Dolphins are looking right now for a GM. Okay, the Dolphins are looking for a general manager right now.
Yeah. See, but here's the one thing. I mean, I that's like my conspiracy theory. Howie's not going to get the wiggle room that he gets in Philly. I mean, Jeffrey Lurie allows him to make.
He's got to find the right owner. He's got to go with the right owner.
So to me, the only way to get if I'm Howie, the only way I'm leaving is if I get like part ownership somewhere. Otherwise, I have
like the Browns,
no interest. Yeah, that would be the only way, because there's no owner. I mean, say what you want about Jeffrey Lurie, but I think he's a great owner. I mean, this guy gives you the opportunity to make mistakes, fix the mistakes, and he deserves credit for that.
I think you just gave me a great topic, and I'll ask Mark Holmes. Mark, what separates Jerry Jones from Bob Kraft, who's now gone to his 11th Super Bowl now.
What separates them is Bob Kraft gets people to do football things. Jerry Jones is a marketing genius and gets in the way.
And Powers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right? This is, think about it. He went with Bledsoe and he went with Parcells.
Yep.
He went with Brady and Belichick, and now he's there with Vrabel and May.
Mm-hmm.
One thing Jerry's not been able to do is duplicate what Jimmy did.
Not even
They've
close.
never been able to. So I'll ask you the same question. Don't you think you've left Super Bowls on the table by the way that you micromanage your football team, Philly? I mean, what's the difference between Bob Kraft and Jeffrey Lurie? Jeffrey Lurie has been to, let me see, McNabb, and he's been to 4 Super Bowls, correct? He's been to 4 Super Bowls to get 2 wins. I think you guys have left at least 2 on the table. Okay, I think there's probably 2 you've left on the table because the way you do business. What's the difference between Kraft and Jeffrey Lurie, in your opinion?
Tom Brady.
Well, no, there's 3 different people they went to Super Bowls with, 3 different quarterbacks.
Well, Tom Brady, to me, when you have Tom Brady, you're probably going to win most of those Super Bowls.
No, I get it, but you've gone to the game 3 different times with 3 different people.
Right. I don't know. Well, wait, who did? Oh, Bledsoe. You're thinking, right? He went.
Yeah, when he bought the team, he went with
Right.
Bledsoe.
That's right. I forgot about that third one or that first one.
That's right. They went there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, Belichick's not a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, coach. So who knows?
That's
I mean,
shit.
how ridiculous is that?
Hey, we're gonna get to that one right now. So since you started, finish the Lurie one.
No, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know because I think Jeffrey Lurie has done a really good job. I mean, I guess personnel at the end of the day, you didn't have the right guys at the right spot when you needed it, I guess. Otherwise, I think it's been pretty close, really.
11-4.
Well, in terms of you've gone to 4, he's gone to 4
with different
and
regimes,
1, 2.
with different regimes. I got it. Yeah, okay, I'll go there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Since you brought it up, 334 victories, 8 Super Bowls, 6 as a head coach. He coached Brady and Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start with you, Philly. I mean, 11 people thought that then Nick Sirianni's accomplishments mean nothing. Jimmy Johnson, by the way, has gone on a tangent, and he never goes off like that. Never goes off. Your takeaway on what you saw there with the pettiness of the Hall of Fame voters. By the way, I got one coming up at 5:30 in Howard Balzer. What's your takeaway on that?
I think it was criminal. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think of is does it have to do with the Inflategate thing? Are they punishing him for that year or whatever? That I think even if you took half his Super Bowl victories away, he's still a Hall of Fame coach. I thought it was criminal, but it just goes to show you, a lot of times you hear these sports guys want to act like, they know everything, they know what the hell they're talking about. Then you see something like that, and it's just it's crazy. To me, it was absolutely insane.
How about this, too? Think about this, guys. Does that mean Brady now has to sit a year because he was involved in that, too? Is he not a first ballot Hall of Famer? Is that where you're going to go? Mark, give me your takeaway on this.
I tell you what it feels like. It feels like T.O. and it feels like Michael Irvin. And I remember actually meeting Michael Irvin the first time, the night about an hour after he found out he wasn't going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. There is no question Brady is a Hall of Famer. There's no question. This is all politics just to say you're going to wait a year because we just don't like you. It's bullshit. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
I can't believe, that you would come up with, and you tell Bill Belichick every single accomplishment that any coach has ever had. I mean, Tony Dungy's not a Hall of Famer. Jimmy Johnson's not a Hall of Famer. Or they're not first ballot guys. So you're telling me,
what would you rank Belichick as, top 5 coaches of all time? Like, where would you put him? 2?
If I had to put
1, 2, 3?
Okay, let's do this, guys. Here's my 5 coaches. I'll do 4 because that's a Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore of NFL coaches. Belichick's in that list. I would put Lombardi in there. I would put Shula in there. And
Walsh.
I would probably put
Walsh.
man.
That's hard.
Walsh or Noel.
Yeah, Noel too. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Belichick, Lombardi, Shula, and Noel. And if I'm gonna rank them, I'm gonna go Lombardi 1, Belichick 2, Shula 3, and Noel 4. It's a tough one here.
Sorry. I got to put Tom Landry ahead of Shula. Tom Landry was offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator.
They won as many Super Bowls.
He was an innovator, using, of course, the computer, going to small schools, finding talent where nobody else did, came up with the shotgun, the flex defense, and ended up bringing the Dallas Cowboys dynasty. Sorry, you got to put him in there. But it's tough when you start saying, but you got to have Bill Belichick in there as one of the top two. Now, Lombardi has got to be number one.
Then every coach right now, we all can agree that not one coach should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's coaching currently.
That's right.
Yeah,
I mean, Andy Reid,
right.
He's better than all of them.
Well,
yeah, and Andy, I think
Andy Reid. Well, if you don't say Bill Belichick, then you can't say Andy Reid. But Andy Reid, you got to look at Andy Reid there too and put him up there as a guy that should have the chance of being a number one. I mean, first ballot.
If he averages 10 wins for the next 4 years, he'll pass Shula.
Right.
Okay, so and he's going to have Mahomes for another 4 years, so he's going to get 40-plus wins.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Andy Reid is going to have the most wins and could potentially catch that 31 victories in postseason play. Philly, who do you have for 4? Who would be your 4 all-time coaches?
I would have just like you 1, 2, 3, but I would have Walsh, and I didn't see a lot of Noel, but I would put Walsh 4. That would be my 4. I'm not putting Landry top 4. He can kiss my ass.
Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't.
What is he have? 230 wins, 230?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there, 230 victories. I know that Reid just passed him on the all-time list. Mark, what's the number one need in the offseason here as you get ready for free agency?
It's actually 270.
270 wins. Yeah. Wow. That's right. Reid's at 279 right now,
right.
I think.
And that's including playoffs.
Okay. What Cowboys' number one need in the offseason? Not the draft yet, but number one. And do you think the Cowboys are going to make moves in free agency?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of Cowboy fans don't like Stephen Jones. But the thing I will say about Stephen Jones is he does not lie to you. When he says we're going to do something, they do it. Unlike Jerry can say we're going to go all in and do absolutely nothing. They say they're going to go in free agency to get more talent. They say that they're going to try and get Pickens re-signed and Javonte Williams along with Clowney. So if they do go in free agency, then that's going to be a great thing.
For you, Philly, I think you got a tougher conversation here because it's going to dictate. Look, no, hear me out.
I know. It's going to dictate taking it on the chin.
Hey, it's going to dictate who's coming back, right? I mean, if Lane doesn't come back, you need an OT. If AJ doesn't come back, you're going to need a wideout. If you don't sign or re-sign Jalen Phillips, that means you're going to need an edge. Okay, so what's their need coming up in this?
Well, regardless, because I don't know if we're going to have to go back to the prevent offense. I think your number one. I think your number one need is offensive line. I think you have to fix that offensive line. I think the interior of that line needs major reinforcements. So I would like to see the Eagles with one of their top 2 picks get a guard. Maybe bring in Mekhi Becton if he gets cut. I think you need to do that. I also think you need to get Jordan Davis and Carter both signed long term. You still need to get a corner. What I think they're going to do, I think you're going to see the Eagles use free agency on defense side of the ball. And I think you're going to see them start to draft young offensive players. And we're going to start to see the shift of where the money goes. And I think they're going to start that. So I expect free agency. I expect defense. Draft, I expect heavy on offense.
Couple last ones here for you guys. Mark, I'm going to throw this at you first before I go back to Philly on it.
Mm-hmm.
See all the things he's just said about Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter?
Mm-hmm.
I watched a dude play football this past weekend in the AFC Championship game who's now going to his third Super Bowl in 4 years. This guy's name is Milton Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, Milton Williams,
incredible.
$26 million. And that's what's going to cost probably around to get Jalen Phillips signed. And I'll tell you, man, that Milton Williams right now,
right now, it's not even close.
He looks better than Jalen Carter, and he looks better than Jordan Davis.
He looks
right
great.
Now. I think that's a miss on Howie, letting that dude roll out the window. Now I get it. The conversation is this, Philly. You're right. Can't sign everybody, but bro, that guy's an all-star, dude.
I know. He's fantastic, and
you know, I think.
I get it. But I think if you're where Howie was, and if you kind of stick with the philosophy the Eagles stick with, they're not letting young guys that they draft high walk out the door. They just don't do it. And they weren't going to do it with Davis, and they weren't going to do it with Carter. I think Milt Williams with Vrabel also, I think it helps that defense a lot. I think he's a good fit there. But I just think that, you know, you had look, Jordan Davis had a great year. I think he's only going to get better. I think Carter, I think he'll rebound. And Ojomo wasn't that bad. I mean, so yeah, Milton Williams is a great player, but those guys, those interior guys are good. As far as Jalen Phillips goes, like I said, if I can get him for under 30, I would make an attempt to. I would try.
Mark, what'd you think of the championship games, AFC and NFC title games? You take anything out of them?
Well, you got to give some respect to Sam Darnold, and defense does matter. You know, everybody kept saying, "Oh no, Sam Darnold's not going to do it."
31 wins.
Yeah, he has turned the narrative around, and you know what you've learned is it's beyond just the quarterback. That when you looked at all these teams, it's not like you had a chopped liver defense last year when you won the Super Bowl, there, buddy. Running game.
This guy does whatever he can, doesn't he? It's like a boomerang. It always comes back to Dak. Go ahead. Darnold had help.
But wait a minute here. Here's this.
Darnold led the league in turnovers.
Wait a minute here. Get this here, Mark. The Eagle fans think that Sam Darnold is a mediocre quarterback.
No, not me.
Well, that's what they were saying about him a year ago.
Well, I was too.
He's changed the
and by
narrative.
the way, here he is now. So a mediocre quarterback then can take your football team to the Super Bowl. Is that right?
I was too. I said he had to prove himself in the playoffs, and you know what he did. So he shut me up. He shut everybody else up. You can't look at a guy that's won that many games in 2 years and then played the way he did in that championship game and say that he can't win. He's proven himself. Okay, Dak has never done that.
Oh, it always goes back to Dak, doesn't it? Okay, all right.
Well, I mean, I'm finishing what you tried to start.
Let's see.
You know, that's it.
The Eagles are on fire. Let's talk about Dak.
No, you started.
Right?
You started. I just finished.
Okay. Talking about firing your coach and everything. Let's talk about Dak. Let's change the subject.
So let me explain. Everything Mark does, and everybody in the chat, they all know. Everything he does, every video, it circles back to Dak. It doesn't matter what it could be like. I was out cutting some chicken's heads off today, getting ready to sacrifice some for the big game.
Maple
syrup. Okay.
I tripped and I fell on my hatchet and cut myself. But, you know, that could happen. Sometimes Dak trips too. It happens to everybody. You know, it's like always back to Dak. Doesn't matter. And Mark tried in this thing, he tried to circle back Darnold to Dak. And
I'm trying to circle back to Jerry Jones waking the F up and has got to do more on defense than they've done. We've been atrocious as far as free agency goes in defense. and we've sucked ass in drafting on defense. Of course, we got Micah, we got D-Law. Those are the two big ones you can look at over the last 12 years.
D-Law, talk about.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
D-Law's freaking good.
Hey,
Yep.
Mark, he validated what he said when he got dealt.
Oh, he did.
When he signed there. He validated everything he said about the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, and I think that resonated with the Cowboys because right now they're actually operating things a lot different than usual. They never go out in a hurry to go ahead and sign a coordinator or any coaches.
Yeah.
They are knee deep, and right now it has been Christian Parker who's the one who's been picking and working with this, him and Brian Schottenheimer. So, yeah, they're working a little bit differently, and they're working with a sense of urgency right now.
Yeah, there's a pacing to it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. What were your takeaways, Philly, for the NFC and AFC championship games? Anything you took away on it?
Yeah, the Seattle and Rams are so much better coached than us. You know,
Agreed.
the way that they can make in-game adjustments is just fantastic. Like they could go, you know, drive, Seattle defense adjust, next drive, Rams offense adjust. They don't wait. We take 3-4 quarters. So I saw it as way better coached than us. And then I took I also took that Sam Darnold proved himself. I mean, here's a guy that won a lot of games, really choked by with the Vikings in that playoff game, looked bad, and he went out and answered the call. And you know, if you're going to sit there and I'm going to sit there and say, well, Jalen Hurts, a winner, wins big games, then you have to put Darnold right up there because he did the same thing. And I think Sam Darnold proves to me that he's a hell of a quarterback. They got a hell of a team in Seattle. And as far as the other game, I just think I didn't like the game plan Denver had. I thought they put too much on that kid.
Yeah,
they needed to try to run the ball better. They needed to do more for him. And I thought they had their chance early in that game, but once that weather turned and with that quarterback, they were done. So I think it'll be interesting Super Bowl. I do think Seattle's going to win it though.
To your point about JSN, how they got him open. I mean, they moved that guy all over the football field, and what a receiver that guy turned out to be. Mark, last one here for you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl. What do you like in it, man? Seattle and the Patriots. How about this little nugget here for the Patriots? Patriots are 9-0 on the road this year. They've never lost a road game. And they're going, and now they're going to be playing in their 11th Super Bowl under the Kraft regime. And you got Sam Darnold there. I think Seattle's the best team in football right now, but what do you like in this ball game?
No disrespect to the Patriots, but do you realize that 11 of their games they played against were teams that ended up firing their coach?
Wow.
Think about that for a second. 11 of those.
11?
11
That's
of them.
crazy.
Yes. So, you play who's in front of you, and they've done what it takes to win. But I think Seattle on that defense is going to do something to them. I really do.
Wow, that's a great nugget there. What about you, Philly?
Yeah, I like Seattle. I think they're going to be the better team. I like their defense, and I like the way Darnold's playing. So I'll take Seattle. I like the way they run the ball too. I like their offense. I like the way they're coached, and I like Vrabel, and I think he does a great job with New England. But I think Seattle's a little too much.
I do too. I think that injury to Charbonneau is probably going to hurt them a little bit in that game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a heck of a Super Bowl coming up in a couple weeks here. Guys, I appreciate it. You two guys are dear friends, some of the greatest content creators that are out there, man. I appreciate all of you. Mark, I see you go live all the time. I check you out, and I see Philly too. Boy, I'll tell you, man, he's kind of right about one thing. It does circle back to Dak, though. It does all circle back to Dak. But you must be enjoying yourself watching the 16 coaches roll through Novacare right now.
Are you sure it's not at 17 right now? I mean, we've been here for an hour.
I'm sure it's going to be by the end of the day. Guys, I appreciate you and love you guys very much. Thank you so much for doing
Peace out.
All right. Thank you, guys. Peace.
You got it. That is Philly.500 and the legendary Mark Holmes. We appreciate that. Bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to a Pro Football Hall of Fame voter. He is Howard Balzer, who was in the room when all of this shook out with Bill Belichick. We'll ask him about Bill Polian. We'll ask him about all of the...
All righty, there we go. We've been mixing it up. Philly.500 definitely is not happy. He's a little feisty right now, and I got to say that I love it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being here. Aisha Robinson, what's going on? How are you doing? Nice to see you. And everybody, I will catch you guys a little later. And, of course, we'll go live if they fire Nick Sirianni. We just